guy, but boy, I don't care. Don't you understand? Not yet. It's like 100 degrees in the shade.
What? Henry Barrow cut off Joe Brennan because he was going over? Can you play that newscast back for us again, Henry?
No, I can't. I really can't.
Because I think that would go down in the annals. Well, that's what happens when Joe Brennan isn't there when you call for him all the time. That's what he gets, and he deserves it, right? Damn him. You're okay, Joe. It's 11:06 at WIOD. You're okay, I'm okay, right?
I'm okay. I like that Civil War drum roll touch at the beginning of
Just
the war.
cut the crap, okay? I'm embarrassed enough by it without you bringing attention to it.
Anyway, I had a couple questions for you. What happened to Roger's Entertainment Report?
You'll have to ask our illustrious programming department, who instead came up with that insipid office challenge thing, which is just terminal. People are knocking the doors of the building down trying to get us to stop it. But you'll have to ask Goy Gary the answer to that one.
And Rick and Suds, are they still on the air?
During the news, I just went downstairs because I'm kind of pacing myself till 3 o'clock when I get my birthday lunch with Tom Denenberg today. So I only have a little snack today, no pigging out.
Uh-huh.
So I went downstairs into our cafeteria, and I bought out of the machine the roasted deluxe mix.
And?
No, seriously, it's good. It's got little nuts and the raisins and little shaved coconut, little shaved nut or two in here. And interestingly enough, now they have... No, seriously, it's in that big machine that you punch the letters and the numbers. It got so many choices with candy bars and cigarettes and all kinds of stuff that kill you. And it was B9. And then they have one for your dog that I'm thinking of getting a couple of packages later. You have to punch up K9 for that one. But it's kind of cute. Anyway, hey, listen, you think you're getting good material? Forget it, not for you. What do you want now?
Listen.
All these other people are waiting and getting pretty upset.
Did you happen to listen to The Loop when you were out in Chicago?
Mm-mm. Yeah, I heard Steve Daly was terrible.
Talk radio
terrible.
out there. Really? He's on FM, right?
Yeah. No, he's on AM. He's on Loop AM now.
Okay, who's 2 to 7? Do you have any idea in the afternoons there?
Ed Till, I think.
He is
the worst. The worst.
Bad.
Amateur hour.
I mean, okay, not only does he greps, but he also puts the mic to the other end, if you know what I mean. It's
No. No.
Yes, it's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
Did you hear LS?
LS, which
Oh, my God, the day is lost. The day is lost. It is all over. Oh, I knew it.
You didn't hear Lassiter?
No, I didn't. What channel? What station?
WLS 89.
No, I didn't. You know, they've got a few of our...
Wait a minute. I can do something for the whole audience that'll make them really feel better.
89 WLS.
I mean, it could be 4 hours of agony or 4 hours of ecstasy, all depending upon what you say.
Chicago's favorite. WLS.
That was good, wasn't it?
I counted...
Don't you like the way I produced that with
That
our
was
crappy
excellent.
little machine on the floor here? If we had a real cart deck up here on top where we could see it, we could really do a hell of a show.
Yeah. You know, they have about 3 of our ex-newscasters out there.
Who?
I think Peter Ford's out there.
Peter Ford's in Washington, I thought.
I saw him on the news out there. Maybe it was a link-up or something. I don't know. And I don't remember the other names. One of our Latin females, and also...
It wasn't Isabel de Casada, was it?
I'm not sure.
I love that name.
I'm not
Isabel de Casada.
So anyway...
She was like Joe Brennan. By the time she'd start saying her name, the newscast would be over.
So is Stan working yet?
Next question. Mr. Grump, I saw him getting gas the other day. He couldn't avoid speaking to me, I guess. Boy.
How was he getting his gas?
No comment.
Okay. And Rick and Suds, they still have a show, right?
Yes, sir. They're doing great. They're great Americans. They're kicking ass. Everybody loves them, and they're doing just fine in spite of people like you.
And Hank, how many nights a week is he getting on the air?
How many nights a week is he getting it?
On the air.
Oh. About 4 now.
Oh, that's not bad.
UM basketball's winding down, and pretty soon he'll be on every night and have a real show, which will be great.
Well, I'll bet there was a party up here when they heard that Kumaro was going, wasn't
Mm-hmm. We had a big celebration. In fact, it's only the second time we packed JRS.
there? You know what they're talking about doing with him, don't you?
I know what they're talking about doing with him here.
Second-string quarterback.
Yeah, right.
The guy couldn't learn 2 plays, but he's going to play second-string quarterback.
What do you mean quarterback? What do you?
Quarterback.
He's not
He was a quarterback in high school.
Well, he played kind of like high school level when he was here, but he was good in the bar, though. If you ever get in a fight, he's always good to have around. Well, listen, in closing, it's been real elucidating.
In closing,
You're
it's
getting
great
really
to be back.
ponderous.
You know, people don't appreciate the weather and everything around here, but it's so nice to be home.
Well, they sure don't appreciate you, I know that. Have a great life.
Good day.
Good day. It's 10 past 11. He sure killed some good time on both sides of that newscast. And as far as Joe Brennan's concerned, man, you're SOL, baby. I'll tell you that right now. And the next time poor Henry or one of our news persons calls for you to be there with that weather and you're not there, listen to that. Just a little squeal. That's all you're good for. I saw that picture of Joe, by the way, in the thing where he does is it Channel 4, I think, in the morning, and they superimpose his picture. You're getting pretty big in the traffic business, I'll tell you that, Joe. You start to look like Dave Game in Heat. You and Gary Seibel. Cut out the eating up there, Gary. Cut it out. We have an open line at Broward, 524-WIOD. By the way, Gary, next time some poor guy has a horse that breaks down in the middle of the race, you should shout out, "Get him out of the way, Mr. Loye. Pull him up and go back to the barn and stop, whatever you're doing." Anyway, it's 11 after 11. I just promised Gary Seibel I'd mention his name on the air today because he's starting to get psychotic because we talk about Kelly Shepard and everybody else so much, and he's becoming neurotic about it. I'm sorry, Gary. You do a great job, but butch up. We have an open line in Broward, 524-WID. We want all those lines lit, okay, because we have a neurosis about it. And one in Palm Beach, 655-US. 655-WIOD. Toyota of Hollywood's got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is that and by the way, speaking of Toyotas, I did see that spot that everybody's talking about on my TV this morning, and let me just say it again. Any dealer that is that desperate that has to run that spot, you know that it's hopeless. But at Toyota of Hollywood, like I said, they've got good news and bad news. The bad news is that due to the unprecedented turnout of customers for last weekend's incredible nationwide import quota inventory sell-off, it was literally impossible to service everyone, or serve everyone. The good news is very good news. Toyota of Hollywood has received written approval from Toyota to extend this incredible sale for just 2 more days, this Saturday and Sunday, February 23rd and 4th. Choose from brand new Camrys, Tercels, Cressidas, Corollas, MR2s, 4Runners, Previa vans, and all the others, and used cars priced just for this sale. So if you ever were going to get out and save some serious bucks and pick up a sweetheart of an automobile, this is the weekend to do it. The sale is for retail customers only. No dealer inquiries will be accepted. Bank representatives, Toyota Motor Credit, and GMAC will be right there on the spot to guarantee you the lowest possible finance rate, too. So get your tail out there this weekend for sure. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Taft and Sheridan Streets in Hollywood.
610 WIOD.
Hey, kids, are you bored with your weekly reader?
Yeah.
Had it with highlights?
You bet.
Then you need the tiny tabloid tuned in to today's tots.
Introducing the Nursery Inquirer.
Find out who really pushed Humpty Dumpty off that wall.
Jack and Jill, what really happened on top of that hill?
I want to know.
It's all in the Nursery Inquirer.
Plus, exclusive interviews with Slimy and Horny.
The 2 dwarfs Snow White never talks about.
And in a startling pictorial, Little Miss Muffet shows you her tuffet. The Nursery Inquirer.
'Cause we can make anything sleazy.
You know what I just found in the rack that we haven't heard in a long time? Ooh. Don't you love those? God. The scratches do it for me.
The lights and the harbor.
Sea of Heartbreak, Don Gibson, RCA. Boy, that was one of my favorite records. Summer of 1961. God, I love that record. I was up there at summer school, Michigan State, on the campus of MSU in East Lansing, Michigan. Go to the track every night, all the way to Detroit, to Wolverine Harness Raceway, lose our ass. We'd say, tear up the tickets, say, never coming back here again. Never. This is a toilet. We're never coming back. It's a joke. Joe Marr screwed us again. I'd come back from my last class about 1 o'clock the next day, and my idiot friend from Detroit would be sitting on the steps of my dormitory with the sports section of the Detroit Free Press open, of course, to the racing entries. Joe Marsh has got 7 tonight. We got to go. And sure enough, by 7:30, we'd be there at Schoolcraft in Middlebelt. Wolverine Harness Raceway, plunging our brains out again. Joe Lighthill, Joe Marsh, Frog Redden, Howard Niles, Willard Niles, Red Ross, Wally McElmurray, Donnie Hall. They're all there, all the boys. Francis O'Hare, of course. Anyway, it's 11:17 at WIOD. I'm sure nobody cares about that, but you know what? I do.
Don't shine for me.
Isn't it interesting how when you listen to music like oldies, you always think of, where you were and when it was out. Like Tossin' and Turnin' by Bobby Lewis was big that summer. Let me say it again. Tossing and Turning by Bobby Lewis. And there were a whole bunch of others which, of course, escape my feeble mind at this moment. While I was doing that cute little story, we lost a line in Broward. I don't really care because I got news for you. The little tidbits that I have are so much more interesting than almost anything that you people could say that it's not even a contest. Like, hey, could I call Tony a douchebag? Yeah, go do it someplace else, okay? Like in the toilet. We have an open line in Dade County, 751. Tony is a douchebag, by the way, and one in Broward, 524 WIOD. We got a pig report. This should be important on 8. Hello.
Hey, Uncle Neil, how you doing?
Great.
Even a line checker up in Palm Beach. Anyway, you got a bunch of them on Woolbright, southbound I-95. They're just waiting to get you.
Maybe they're on their way to the Rick and Suds show. They're going to be doing a show on Potbelly Pigs this afternoon.
Well, I'm sure a couple of them have pot bellies.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Absolutely. Keep up the good work.
Have a great life, sir.
Take care, bud.
And continue with those pig reports, man. That's a service that everybody out there, you may take it lightly, boy, but we've had several people call, said we saved them a ticket because we gave them advance warning. So please govern yourselves accordingly at all times. Oh, I'm going to just start picking stuff out of the rack today, Stuff that we haven't heard in a long time. What is this? What the hell is this?
Bring food and make it fast, just in time for the second hour.
Jay America. Boy, Jay used to be a great guy until he went to FTL. Now you're okay, Jay. You're a good guy. Anyway, we got all his good stuff. We have an open line in Broward. What was that? I want to know what that was, okay? What was that? That call you just picked up, was that a line checker? What?
There's a guy telling me about blowholes.
A guy telling you about blowholes? George already knows all he needs to know about blowholes, okay? Don't call and give him any advice. His wife will be very upset. Don't lead him down the garden path, okay? He's young, naive, innocent, and foolish. Anyway, is Elaine in the family way or something? Look at that. She's starting to wear those real loose, loosey-goosey outfits now.
I'm gaining weight.
You're gaining weight? She's wearing a sack today.
I'm busy. I have to go out in the hall right now.
Good. Don't slip on the floor. Let's go to Pompano. Why does Pompano keep calling allegedly on Dateline? It's the same call we had to start the show, I think.
That's it.
Once a day is enough, sir. We have an open line in Dade County, 751-9463, and one in Palm Beach, 655-WIOD. See, the guy's not in Pompano. He wouldn't be calling on line 1, okay, George? It's the same guy that we called started the show with all this crap about the... And by the way, the racing surface at Pompano, seriously, is outstanding. It is lightning fast. It's fantastic. So if you're going to call and rag on the place, do it legit, okay? Don't start making up a bunch of crap. We have an open line in Broward now, 524, and one in Palm Beach, 655-9463, a mobile in Palm Beach.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
This guy, Reggie Thomas, over at Yesterday's, one of those supposedly largest money-making restaurants in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
He turns around, fires two of his waiters for wearing yellow ribbons, small yellow ribbons with the American flag on it.
Well, wait a minute. They were fired? Where does it say they were fired?
They said they were fired. Right? It's today's Sun Sentinel.
Doesn't say they were. It says for about a month, they were told they must take it off. It said they quit working at Yesterday's that night. It didn't say they were fired.
Okay.
It said they quit.
Well, they were being harassed for wearing them?
Well, yeah, he said they couldn't. But however, there's a Kathy Flynn who still works at the Aruba Beach Cafe, which is one of their restaurants, and still wears the flag pin. So, let's get at least the story straight before we rip the crap out of him.
Well, still, we can cut him down. We might as well kick him.
Yeah, that's true.
He's Canadian.
It's a bunch of crap,
He's
sir.
He's a Canadian, eh?
Oh, well, that answers all. And by the way, those poor leaves last night, we just a heartbreaking loss to the Blues, 3-2. We were on the verge of 3 in a row.
Hey, watch out for the Bruins.
That Peter Zezel, man, it's about time we got a real player on that team.
You got it.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. By the way, I saw the Bruins won that overtime game 5-4 the other night. Don Sweeney scored the winning goal.
And you were looking for him. You were worried he was all washed up.
Yeah.
Well, see, there you go.
He's playing forward now. He was a defenseman last year. I think they moved him to forward.
Well, they got him up front where he belongs.
You betcha. Have a great day, sir.
Talk to you later.
Don Sweeney is God. He can play on my team any day. Scored the winning goal, and the Bruins were all grabbing him and squeezing him, and just he was going nuts. He enjoyed it, I think. We have an open line on the Star line. It's Star IOD. I enjoyed watching it, I'll tell you that. 22 after 11, and we'll be right back.
610 WIOD.
What What about our pitching staff? We're having a little baseball conversation. Andy, of course, is he's already making excuses for what's going to be a long, depressing year for the Mets. Hey, we're going to be great this year. We're going to kick you guys' ass big time.
There's a drive. Way back. It might be. And it's Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win.
You're going to be hearing that a lot during the coming season. Can you believe it that the jock straps are already waving in the air? Baseball just around the corner. Don't forget, March 30th and 31st, those two big games, Yankees and Orioles, JRS. We got to pack the house. The betting folks are saying Miami gets the major league team. And I still think my name was a good team, the Miami Blues. And everybody here looked at me like, bleh, like they were going to breath all over me. Two lines open in Dade County, by the way, in case you care. Most of you have nothing to say anyway. 751-94. Do you hear that? Am I wheezing a little bit? I feel like I should be on the Jeffersons, a little wheezy. Two open lines in Dade, 751-9463. Let's go to Coral Springs. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
I don't know. I'm feeling a little cranky, wheezy.
Tough.
Wheezy.
Tough day, tough
No, I'm
crowd
doing
today.
fine. No, we're having a great crowd today. I like this.
I don't know. I was listening to them in the car, and they were pretty much empty-headed.
Yeah, well, what do you expect?
The poor guy.
We're getting ready for Rick and Suds. What do you expect?
The poor guy from Vegas. I got a little story. We took a little vacation, a 2-week vacation. We ended up in Tahoe, which is, I guess, called Junior Gamblers Town.
By the way, if
Not
Wayne
like
Arnold
Vegas.
could be here at noon, I'd have a little snack.
Yeah, but we. You said you had bad luck on slots, right?
Before we discuss that, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Is it important? I mean, do I have to be perfect? Do I have to get down to like 150 pounds before these people get out? If I stayed basically about where I am now, which I feel great, my health is fine, you know, I'm not slim and trim, but if I stayed out like in limbo for a couple of months, would that be a big deal?
I didn't. I wasn't saying anything about your weight.
Well, no, because we've been eating the last couple of weeks. We started eating a little lunch, or a lot of lunch on the air again, and now everybody's starting to gang up. Oh, here he goes, and Roger is big with the Nutrisystem battle, and I did fine. I lost 16 pounds. I've only gained one of it back.
So how much do you weigh?
190.
That's not bad.
No.
I mean, it depends.
I should really weigh about 100.
5'2".
Huh?
As long as you're not 5'2".
5'9".
5'9", that's about right.
Right.
You're lifting anyway.
I'm a skinny person trapped inside a fat body.
Too bad.
Okay, now what about Vegas?
No, I went to Vegas once and I lost my butt. But I went to Tahoe and I was with my wife and we're on vacation. And I just thought I'd start out with a slot. So I went and pulled a slot and I won $200 on
Yeah,
the slot.
that's a way to do it.
And then I went and pulled another one. I put, probably won, 20 or $30 in it. And then I hit a $300 win.
Holy cow!
And as I'm doing this, my wife is coming over and grabbing the money out of the slot machines, and she's losing it all.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. Is that Murray?
Murray who?
Murray Kaufman, Murray the K, WIOD. No, I'm asking George. Murray the K is on the phone with some food? Tell him to come on down. I don't.
You get free food every day,
wait a minute.
huh?
Listen, I don't have to eat with Denenberg. It's a sales call. I don't have to eat there. Okay, I can have like a little something. Go ahead. I'm tired of people trying to run my goddamn life. You know what I mean, sir? Doesn't that bother you that everybody else trying to tell you what to do, and then they say, "Oh, just for your own good," and then they're out there stuffing their fat face? Go ahead. What is it?
Oh, I don't know. I'd lost my train of thought. But
no,
anyway,
you didn't.
But
Probably
anyway.
Amtrak.
Yeah, right. Train of thought. Anyway,
You
to
get
make
it,
a
sir?
long
Get
story
it?
short, I ended up winning about $600 in the slots. And
Great!
I thought it was a big deal.
Yeah.
So I went up to the window, and there's a guy in a sharkskin coat turning in $1,500 worth of chips on, 2 or 3 plays.
Yeah.
So then I felt
Hey, I hit the
price.
first night I was in Vegas is last December. I hit $1,600 on a slot machine, on a quarter machine.
And I thought I was lucky, so I walked away with the winnings that ended up paying for dinner, champagne, and the show.
So what's wrong with that? But you had a great time, didn't you? Exactly.
And that was on the slots.
Right.
So it was lucky. I got a stupid joke my son told me.
Oh boy, we don't do jokes, but in your case,
What's the
Is this gonna-
an overpar golfer and Saddam Hussein have in common?
an overparked golfer,
An overpar golfer
over par. Yeah.
and Saddam Hussein have in common.
Okay.
They're both in the bunker. It's my son's joke. And I got a pig report.
Yeah.
Coral Palm Boulevard and Margate. They know where he sits under the tree right as you cross over the bridge coming out from Coral Springs.
Okay.
He's there.
Thank you, sir, and tell
Good
your
luck.
son
Have a beautiful life.
Tell your son leave the comedy to us.
Right.
See you later. Outstanding call, if I do say so. Is he on the way?
45 minutes.
45 minutes? Boy, pretty lengthy. See, I shouldn't have eaten that snack. Now, I'm going to say something and you're going to laugh, but this is true. And there are people in the audience who will relate to this. If you eat, it's kind of silly to say it this way, but if you eat nothing, you're better off than eating. Because eating stimulates your appetite. And I know I do better if I eat nothing at all. I once fasted for 4 days. I lost 16 pounds in 4 days. That's years ago when I was young and really fat. But seriously, if you eat nothing, and once you get into it, once you start eating, it stimulates that whole thing inside your mouth, whatever they call that. Your apostat or your thermostat. Speaking of the thermostat, he turned it way up in here. But I'm telling you, it's true. And then you become ravenous, and then you want to eat like everything. I mean, the table and the tablecloth and the lamp and anything in sight. All depending on who's around. We have an open line in Broward, 524-WIOD. Let's go to Miami Springs. Hello.
Yes, hello. Good afternoon. This is my first call. I'm a tourist here in Miami.
Where are you from, sir?
I'm from Heilbronn, Germany.
You're from where?
Heilbronn, Germany.
What?
Heilbronn.
Heilgrun?
No.
Didn't you used to play for the Boston Bruin?
Well, just as you may. The reason why I'm calling is that because...
Sir, how long have you been working on this phony accent?
Well, in any case...
Yeah.
Last time I was here in Miami was approximately 2-3 months ago. And
Wait a minute. You just lost the accent. Get it back for us now.
Well, sir, let's get back to the...
Ooh, you sounded just like Henry Kissinger there for just 1 second. When you said, let's go bomb them into oblivion. Okay, go ahead.
Well, the reason why I'm calling is simply...
Yes.
2.5 months ago...
You don't know Henry Kissinger, do you?
No, I've never met the gentleman.
Okay.
But I've heard...
You never kind of rolled around on the floor with him and old Dick in the White House, did you?
No, sir, no. I've never had the chance.
All right.
But the reason why I'm calling is because I've heard you make some pretty disparaging remarks about Germany and Germans. And I wanted to find out exactly for myself. I'm a tourist here.
You're what?
Conduct business here
You have tourists here?
I'm a tourist here. I conduct business here occasionally, and I just wanted to find out if there's any particular reason why you should have...
I'd say probably about 6 million of them.
6 million? Well, yeah. That's past history. You must understand. Right now, we have very, very good prospects for our future. Germany.
Yeah, the fact they got a big tourist campaign. It says, "Come to Germany, it's a gas." I wonder what they mean by that.
Well, Belgium was a gas too. But in any case, what I'm calling for is that basically, Mr. Rogers, Germany.
Mr. What?
All we want is peace.
A piece of the Sudetenland and a piece of Czechoslovakia.
A piece of Poland, a piece of Austria, a piece of France. Yeah,
right.
You got the joke.
Right.
But another reason...
The accent, by the way, on a scale of 1, I think Sofia Coppola's got you beat without even opening up her mouth. Yeah.
In any case...
Yeah.
One of the reasons I'm also calling is to say that I heard you today make mentions of nudist camps here in South Florida.
Yeah.
Well, living and conviving with nature in Germany is...
Conviving with nature?
Yes, it's been...
Is that legal? It's not legal in Broward to convive with anything, as a matter of fact.
Well, that's Broward County. That's your local and bizarre politics. It doesn't concern...
Speak up, sir. We're losing you. Speak up.
That's... In any case. But in it, I would... You're forcing me to stand up.
Yeah, you can be like those old people in the clubhouse at Pompano. You can sit all the way through the anthem. There's no problem.
No. This is something that
well, listen, sir,
we're fiercely proud on, and we do stand up every time we do hear that. And
yeah, I bet you do. Put that right arm down now, sir. People are starting to talk.
Well,
although if you're in Broward, it's okay.
Well, in any case, I'd say if you must know, the German Parliament is reinstating the old wording to the national anthem, as it was during the Weimar Republic.
Yeah.
This may sound fun. Well,
go ahead. I thought it was great.
I'm here conducting business. I'm selling a new German microwave oven.
Uh-huh.
It feeds 12. I got another good German joke for you.
Yeah.
There are two peanuts walking down the plaza. And one peanut
was
a salted peanut.
Okay. Well, sir, You're just been a barrel of laughs, okay?
Well,
As they say, roll out the old barrel. Have a great life, sir. Okay.
Tonight on the International Satellite Network.
Who's the country with the clout that frightens you and me? German, why it's Germany? Hey there, Heil there, halt there, now we're friendly as can be. German, why it's Germany? Unified, unified. We'll teach you not to mess with German pride. Ein, zwei, drei. We lost France and Poland and we still are Hungary. German, why it's Germany? Now it's time to say goodbye to your economy.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
M-A-N.
I'm thinking we should talk this thing over.
The German Mickey Mouse Club, Sundays at 9 after Master Race Theater.
And this time, no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Is that really a pig report in Port Everglades?
Yeah, Neil.
Yeah.
Hey, DOT is working the south end of the port on 595 entrance.
They're working the port end?
Yeah, they're working the port end. That's right.
I think they're working their own end, if you ask me.
Well, they've been known to. Yeah, that's right. Now, there are a couple of them that are nice, but this guy down there is a real...
Okay.
All right. If I can, Sully, you're a douchebag.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're a great American. Open line in Dade, one of them, 751, and one in Broward. Look at that, one for each county, 524 WIOD. Imagine this. You park your car in Florida, anywhere, any day, maybe even today. You return in 2 hours, your car is gone. Every 5 minutes, another car is stolen in Florida. And today it was your turn. An experienced thief disabled your alarm in seconds, drove it away, never to be seen again. Maybe used a tow truck. You'll never know, but either way, it's gone, long gone. For the next month, you'll drive a rented car at your expense. If your car is never found, your insurance company probably will pay just a fraction of the balance that's left on your car loan or lease. You'll have to pay the rest. And you'll fork up the down payment on a replacement car. It won't come from the insurance company. It'll come right out of your pocket. That's why you need LoJack, the only real protection you've got against the nightmare of auto theft. It's not an alarm. It's a silent homing device installed right in the bowels of your car, automatically activated by police as soon as your car is reported stolen. And it leads those police. They zero in on it, get it fast before it's damaged or stripped. It's so effective that it's guaranteed. In fact, if your LoJack car isn't recovered by the police within 24 hours of the time it's reported stolen, your money will be refunded in full. You can't beat that. It's affordable, it makes sense, and best of all, it works. If you'd like to get all the lowdown on LoJack, get all the information, or arrange convenient installation right now at your home office or new car dealership, call our good old pal Elaine. She's waiting for your call. She'll be there till 6 p.m. Call 1-800-53-LoJack. That's 1-800-53-LOJACK. If that car is worth some bucks to you, you better call right now and check out LoJack. 1-800-535-6522.
610 WIOD.
If you missed the Neil Rogers show yesterday on 610 WIOD, you missed this.
Is this the Bird?
Yeah.
Bird, how you doing?
Okay.
Listen, do me a favor, play anything, because I can't stand listening to you. You sound like a douchebag. Just do me a favor, play anything.
Well, can I ask you a question before you go?
Oh, God, you sound so stupid. I hate to talk to you. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, why did you call me? I didn't call you.
No, just to tell you not to say anything. Just play something. Oh, God, can't stand it.
Well, then why are you listening?
Play something already.
Why won't you answer my...
I can't stand him.
You won't... See, he won't talk to me. Oh, we got a car here.
But I can't go back there. Indiana wants me.
I'm just finding these carts in here I haven't heard in a long time. Don't you just love that song, Ardeen Taylor, Indiana Wants Me? One of the all-time greats, which is why you'll never hear it on oldies radio in this town.
Lord, I can't go back there. I wish I had you to talk to. Put 'em on for the troops over there.
11:42 at WIOD. Just kind of like a little potpourri of everything today. We're killing time before the food gets here. I can't believe we're eating again today. How did that happen? I went downstairs and I went into that machine, and that's what did it to me. B9. It was just a little benign act on my part, and all of a sudden it turned into a grotesque act of pigging out again. I can't believe it, but you know something? I'm looking forward to it. And Tom, don't panic. I'm not going to go nuts. I'll save plenty of room for brick oven. Just a little bit. Tom's always got a little something in the oven, which is why you never see his wife. Let's go to West Palm Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I just want to say that we got the DOT guys on North Lake Boulevard, just a little bit east of the Turnpike, so be careful if you're driving a truck. And I want to say happy birthday to my friend Rick and say he's a douchebag.
Don't you want to say happy birthday to Tom Denenberg, too, sir, today?
Hey, Tom, happy birthday.
As a matter of fact, in honor of Tom, we usually don't do something more than once on the show, but because Tom is such a special guy...
He's still the world's biggest asshole, Tom Denenberg. Tom Denenberg.
Let's hear it for Tom, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Tom, go.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I better leave because the DOT guys on the other side of the bushes here is liable to jump over and beat me up.
Yeah.
Hey, see you, Neil.
Okay. Or make a date, one or the other. 11:43 at WIOD. We have an open line in Palm Beach at 655. See, when I start appreciating the material, then you know I'm in trouble. My mind is going. 655-9463 in Palm Beach, that godforsaken land. Man, if Saddam wants Palm Beach County, baby, you can have it. As long as he promises to stay in there, he can have it with our blessing. We'll pack him a sandwich. And somebody just dropped off in Broward, 524 WIOD. Just when you think you got them all nailed down here, man, they start hopping around like a bunch of Mexican jumping beans in heat. Mobile in North Miami.
Hi, Neil. How are you?
I'm doing great.
You're not going to root for the Cubs again this year, are you?
What?
You're not really rooting for the Cubs. You don't.
What kind of comment is that, sir?
I mean,
what kind of a grotesque, gruesome, anti-American bunch of crap? I can't believe. There's only one thing I can say.
That really frosts my ass a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm just being realistic.
About what?
They have no shot.
This must be a Mets fan.
Well?
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
I was born in New York.
Yeah. Well, listen, nobody's perfect.
But no, I hate the Mets too.
Double play ball, one. Out of the inning! From Salazar to Sandberg to Gray. And the Cubs get out of the top of the eighth and still lead 4-3. Holy cow!
Just a little tidbit from one of last year's Mets games, sir.
They'll be in contention. But they're not going to win.
The Mets, that's right. Cubs are going to kick ass, sir. This is going to be our year, pal.
Don't call me sir. Call me Woody. Please?
Sir?
If you're going to talk to me, call me by my proper name.
Wood?
The Woodhead.
Or as they say in the bird family, the woodpecker. 11:45 at WIOD. We have an open line on the Star line at Star IOD. You know something? I didn't even realize that was him. Has it been that long? Did you know it was him? No, I wasn't paying that much attention because I'm having too good of a time here today, and I wasn't paying any attention. But actually, he was good. And now that we know he's a Mets fan, you know why he's such a chronic pain in the ass. Mobile in Miami.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Isn't it good to hear old Woody again?
Oh, boy, but I have a question.
Briefly?
Woody?
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably would.
I bet you would.
I bet he would. So, I called you on my
only if Sally fits. Go ahead.
Does Joan love it?
Go ahead. Boy, is she looking smarmy again lately or what?
Oh, gee.
They had her hair done up a few weeks ago. So good, she looked sensational, and that lasted one day, and they went right back to that frumpy, I look like I'm crying, horrible look. What the hell?
Atlanta tour.
They need to get Dominic Pavia's makeup person to take care of her, straighten her out in no time.
Yeah. Well, I'm on my portable, and the battery's starting to go down on us, so that's the problem.
That's what Sally said, too.
That was coming.
Boy, all this Channel 7 material, man, they couldn't buy this publicity for $1 billion.
No, they couldn't.
I went up to Pompano Park last night, Alan Finkelson pretending to be angry, and I said to him, you can buy the publicity I gave you today for $50 billion. He said, you know what, you're right. And they had a pretty good night there last night. I actually cashed a few tickets and went home a big wiener. How do you like that?
Well, that's what the bird said.
But I'm just going to keep them on their toes up there because those three blind mice, man, they better wake up and sniff the flowers.
That's right. Well, a friend of mine has a real pig. That's why I heard your pig cart.
Yeah.
And I went over and literally saw he has a pig in his back. It sounded exactly like that. And I about fell over in the yard laughing. I said,
he doesn't
"There's
know
Neil's cart running around in the yard."
He doesn't know Al Goldstein, does he?
No, this pig had hair.
Oh, okay.
And
Al does too, but it's all over his body. He has none above the upper lip.
Well, that's what this pig looked like too.
So anyway, that's why I called, just to let you know that it was sort of a real pig report.
Okay.
And it was actually on Key Biscayne, of all places.
Yeah, I've seen a few. It was where, on Key Biscayne?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said on Biscayne Boulevard.
No, we've
Because I've seen a lot of pigs on Biscayne.
Yeah. And you know what they say about the Cubs?
Yeah.
Go!
See ya.
Bye.
Wow, talk about emotional. Man, just calm yourself down, sir.
Run at second. Go ahead, run at first. 2 out.
The Mets game.
We've had 2 strikeouts and an infield out, but still there's only 2 out. There's a high. Pop fly. DeCenzo. Cubs win! Cubs win! Cubs win! Look at Harrelson. Well, they got what they wanted. Their big hitter at the plate with the game on the line. But Strawberry flies to DeCenzo. And with 9 games to play, the Mets are 3 games behind Pittsburgh as the Cubs have defeated them, getting an even break in the 4-game series, 4-3.
Yeah. We may not have beat them in the standings last year, but wasn't it nice to kind of stick that knife in the Mets and kind of roast them in that last week and a half when the Pirates stuck it to them? Right, Chuck? You bet. Chuck's all dressed up today with no place to go. It's 11:48 at WIOD. You want to go out and have a great Italian meal. I don't use the word great too often, but La Tavernetta is truly phenomenal, sensational. Some of the finest Italian food anywhere in the world. Carol and Chef Romano do a job there. Everything is made fresh by hand, including all the baking of their great desserts on that dessert cart, the tiramisu and the eclairs. Everything baked fresh. All that fantastic pasta and veal dishes and seafood and poultry. And just about anything you could ever want. And if you're watching your weight, the good news is La Tavernetta has a complete menu of light dishes. So, you don't have to sit around at home and be a bump on a log. You can go out with folks who are not watching their weight and watch them pig out and still have a delicious meal like their chicken divan, poached, served with fresh broccoli and mushrooms. Just sensational. And if you want to learn how to prepare the finest in Italian cuisine right at home, Carol Romano has cooking classes, the next one coming up on the 11th of March. And boy, if you take lessons from these folks, you're really going to become quite a chef yourself, because they know how to do it right. Just call her, 722-1831 in Broward. That's also the number, of course, for reservations, 722-1831, and they are a must at La Tavernetta. It's small, it's intimate, it's incredible. They're at 8455 West McNabb Road, just east of Pine Island in Tamarack, and there's only one, La Tavernetta. It is phenomenal.
You know, there's just one guy can give you a weather forecast you can really depend on. There's just one radio station where you'll hear this guy's forecasts. So why waste your time twisting the radio dial looking for South Florida's most respected meteorologist? He's on this station. Meteorologist Bob Soper and 610 WIOD. What a great combination. From South Florida's news, traffic, and weather station, News Talk Radio, 610 WIOD.
610 WIOD. Turn your headlights on in the morning. Keep your headlights on all day.
11:51 at WIOD. That was just for Ray Wretched over at the Sun Sentinel, who's a serious douchebag. Should we do the mobile first in the pig report? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing? Pigs are out today, aren't they, Neil?
Evidently, they are everywhere. They're in a feeding frenzy, sir.
Well, February's a short month, so I guess they got to get their quota early.
Yeah,
you know?
short, I think, is the word for those guys.
It might not be as bad as everyone thinks.
Hi, I'm June Allison. Notice you haven't seen me in movies for a long time. That's because I always wet my pants. Remember my love scene with Jimmy Stewart in that Monty Stratton picture? I was soaked. Do you know Gene Kelly's famous dance and Singing in the Rain? That wasn't rain, that was me. But I'm back, thanks to Deep End adult diapers. They're so absorbent, it's like having 2 rolls of toilet paper in your back pocket. Oh, and each diaper has colorful pictures of the great stars of the 40s. Fred Astaire, Donald O'Connor, and there's me. June Allison. I still wet my pants, but thanks to Deep End, I'm working again.
You're a bastard.
Okay, it's 10:06 at WIOD.
Professional women choose macho tennis ball.
macho. We give women the balls to win.
10:11 at WIOD. We're going to go right to a break in just a second. No, we are. You think I'm joking? I am not going to get backed up because these news people say in 40 million words what we can say in 6. That little extra minute and a half that we get screwed every morning, man, is murder. It's a killer. It's a death wish. And listen to that cart going crazy in there. Even the carts are speeding up because we're under such pressure. Anyway, we want to do something very important today. Wish you a very happy birthday to one of the great Americans in the building.
He's still the world's biggest asshole, Tom Denenberg. Tom Denenberg.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anytime. Boy, Tom is doing it. He's 86 today, boy. Never looked better. Never changes. I've known the man for many, many years. He still is the same little twerp. Never changed a bit. I'm having a little birthday lunch with Tom later on, which is going to be really exciting, the highlight of my day. Okay, we're going to do the thing. You don't think I'm serious, George. We're going to do it, and then we'll get into our regular routine here, okay? Because we're under enormous duress. It's 12 minutes after 10 on WIOD. And we'll be right back. 10:16 at WIOD. This is getting ridiculous. It really is. I mean, I'm not one of these bubbleheads who thinks that if there's something worthwhile and important going on that we shouldn't have it on. I mean, by all means, immediately, if not sooner. And certainly before everybody else. But, boy, it's just we're getting backed up like an old bilge pump. You know what it's like to get backed up? Speaking of that, how about that Hallandale Digest? Speaking of being backed up. Isn't it amazing? That came out last Thursday. Today is Wednesday already, almost a week ago. The 14th it was out. Front page story, full color picture, a whole bunch of misquoted Chazarai, but not bad, not too bad. Randy Abraham. It's not bad. I give it about a 6.5 on a scale of 82. And nothing. There must be bird cages just lined like crazy in Hallandale now, wouldn't you think? Anyway, boy, where do we start? Let me take a couple of calls first because I got a few things I want to catch up on. Like Pompano?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, track surface at Pompano Park. It don't look much different than a plowed field. I want to know when they're ordering the sand.
Sir, plow this. Let's go to Las Vegas. Hello.
Neil.
Yeah.
I'm out here at the Palace Station.
All right.
My first visit to Vegas.
Come on, you're pulling our chain, aren't you, sir?
No, sir. You came back from your vacation. I said I better go out there and check it out.
And?
I'm losing my ass.
Good. That's to make up. Yeah, that means the next time I go there, probably win all the money you left behind.
That means I gotta come home.
No, come on. Write a couple of bad checks.
That would work.
We had a guy call.
We
had a guy called yesterday from Dallas who must have been in the airport on the way back, en route back from Palace Station in Vegas, and he just went in the door. His wife put in a couple of quarters, won $800.
Jeez.
Nobody loses there. So if I were you, I'd just consider myself a professional loser. Did you go up to the buffet at least?
That's where we're going this morning. Try it.
Oh, that's right. It's 7 o'clock in the morning there.
Yep. Just getting out of bed.
Great. What have you been playing?
Blackjack. Big blackjack and roulette.
Oh.
I don't touch slots.
Well, that's the I told you the slots are the only thing I'm excited about at Palace Station, so he goes there and plays blackjack and roulette.
And it's not working, so I guess I'm going to have to try the slots.
Exactly.
What's going on down there? The Palm Beach line's been disconnected?
Hold on, I'll find out. Hold on a second. Hello? No, it's still there. Nobody on it. It's still there.
I tried to get through there, and it told me it was disconnected.
What number did you call?
655 WIOD.
Well, that's it. Somebody's giving you a bunch of crap. Boy, your luck is running.
Yeah, that's Wouldn't it be 407?
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird. All right. Catch you later, Neil. I gotta get down to the tables, you know.
Get down there fast, pal, before they beat you, before they take your money.
Just got to bed, but I gotta get back out.
Yeah, you bet.
Later.
Just spend a lot of time looking for that clock on the wall down there.
There aren't any.
I know. Let me know when you find it.
All right.
And the clock, too.
All right.
Good luck, pal.
Bye.
Wow. Call from Palace Station in Vegas already this morning, man. Incredible. Look at those phones. Are we doing it? Nothing in Dade or Broward, but the other two are filled, which is unusual. Probably a bunch of crap. Even the mobile in Miami, I'll bet. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Rogers.
Yes, sir.
I can't believe I finally got through after 2 years of calling you.
Well, today's the day. Nobody's going to call today, sir, and that's fine with me, because I already planned on doing a lot of talking myself. What I have to say is a hell of a lot more important. What is it?
Let me give this guy in Vegas some advice. He shouldn't be in bed. He should be at the tables. That's when the real gamblers play.
Right.
From 4 to 12.
Well, he's playing in bed.
He's with the Blue Hairs at 8 o'clock at night.
He's playing a little solitaire in bed, sir. What can I tell you?
Well, I'm on my way to Camilla's house to drop off some blankets and some clothing that we picked up from some of the kids' parents at Miami High, and they all doing it.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, sir. You're doing a good deed, but your phone sucks. Was that incredible, the way it just, fizzled out? Speaking of fizzling out, I was listening to that Diet Coke spot, and I got choked up. I thought, just 6 years ago yesterday. Diet Cherry Coke in a can, 6 years ago yesterday. Doesn't that do it for you? Man, I get so damn emotional about that. Now, what does that mean on that Homestead call? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir?
Oh, Neil, how you doing today?
Okay.
Good. You going to see Neil Young in March?
No, I'm sure not.
You're not?
No.
Okay, I'm just kind of curious what kind of jam you listen to there.
Yeah.
Okay, have a good day.
And jam this. 21 after 10 at WIOD. Okay, let's take the next break, then I'll get back and talk to what I was going to get into. But I'm trying to drag it out because obviously we're off to, every day now we get into we have to jumpstart the show after they rehash what this guy has already said. I mean, it's just ponderous and terminal. And if I'm wrong about that, you let me know. If I'm some kind of a bubblehead because I had the audacity to say that. But they're not saying anything, okay? They're not saying anything. And then we come back on and we recap what they just didn't say, which was nothing. And we also now carry the first question, and the guy says, well, I just said, and then as soon as he said, I just said, that means, somebody's asked another stupid question that he's already told the answer to. But the media, in their never-ending search for filler material, just can't stop. Anyway, we haven't had one call in Broward yet, and I am really pissed off about that. Even the guy from Pompano, who was full of crap, called on a day line. Now, let me see if there's a reason for that, okay? Aren't you ashamed of yourself? Don't you feel like totally insufficient up there? Because you should. It's 10:22 at WIOD, and we'll be right back.
You've been fortunate. Turn them on, turn them on, turn them on to show you can.
By the way, talk about wretched. Poor Ray Retchie in the Sun Sentinel this morning. The most embarrassing tap dance I've ever seen, about the headlights where he tries to tap dance his way out of the crap he wrote the other day. Ray, you are wretched. Pretty embarrassing. But be sure and pick it up. Anyway, it's 10:26. I mean, it's worth a quarter anyway. You're brutal like it. 26 after 10. I want to get to that Lakeland call first. Get that taken care of. Hello.
I never realized just being a little bird could be so complicated.
Okay, very weak bird clone. Let's see if we can do it. Anyway, I'm not taking any calls for a minute. I want to get into what I want to talk about today, okay? Forget about that. Also, Rick and Putz this afternoon. What a show they've got. Wait till you hear the guest. It says potbelly pigs. Potbelly pigs. I heard of a potbelly stove or just a potbelly. Potbelly pigs. Boy, those guys are really porking me off. Sports Talk, Jim and Joe, and then mystery guest on Hank Goldberg at 8 o'clock tonight. So evidently nobody's got any real guests, and they just put a bunch of chazarai, speaking of pigs, on the guest list. Also, do want to mention before I get in, see, I'm trying to drag it out because I know that everybody is, just dialing frantically to figure out when the show starts. Operation Desert Float. Going to be a biggie, a Mideast Troop Support Flotilla, noon this Saturday on the Intracoastal Waterway from Fort Lauderdale to Pompano. I understand they've already got a couple hundred boats lined up, and they're anticipating 500 boats. And they invite all residents of Broward and visitors and even outsiders to participate either aboard a boat or on the seawall. And the organizers are looking for a gigantic turnout of boaters and dockside supporters, with all boats decorated in colors of red, white, blue, and yellow. Vintage World War II airplanes will do a flyover, and the Goodyear blimp is being invited to participate. Operation Homefront of the USO are supporting this event. They'll have a boat participating. If you'd like more information, contact organizers Tim Matlack, 735-9679, Bill Rice, 943-3444, or Elaine Michelli, 492-1810. This Saturday at noon on the Intracoastal, Fort Lauderdale to Pompano. Pompano, the other day I spent a lot of time, and I'm very glad that I did. Went up and won a few bucks last night. Nothing sensational. But that doesn't change my tune, okay? Because I'm working studiously to try to, just like Howard Beale, just unveil all the hypocrisies of our times. And I found out a little bit more information, by the way. By the way, Kent Williams, the racing secretary, a good guy, okay? Full of crap, but he's a real good guy. And I didn't find out from him, but through my sources up there, I found out Carmela's Dream with Jeff Gregory that I was bitching about 2 days ago. Driver takes... And Jeff Gregory, I apologize. You're okay in my book, Jeffrey. Okay, it wasn't your fault. Goes out, warms up the horse, comes back, says the horse needs to be scratched. They wouldn't let him scratch the horse. And that's why a 3-to-1 shot with public money was out there running like a 90-to-1 shot desperately at the back of the pack. And here we were ready to blame poor Jeffrey, and it turns out that, again, it's those 3 blind mice and their other accompaniments out there requiring a horse to race that wasn't racing sound and shouldn't have been on the track. But as far as all the other things, we are working feverishly to get all that information out to you about the equalizer bikes and some of the other stuff about scratched horses on the program, and try to get more information. Boy, I tell you, we got their attention over there the other day, I'll guarantee you that. And Kelly Shepard continues to astonish the racing world with another phenomenal performance last night. 3 starts, a win, and a close second. The man is just everybody's new hero out there. He's incredible. Dominic Pavia is God, but we already knew that. What else? Okay, we have 2 open lines in Dade County. I did want to talk about the nudist colony that Rick and Putz were talking about day before yesterday. No, because what he said, Rick is usually full of crap, but what he said is so true. And that is when you see these brochures, or once in a while on TV, they'll do one of these features, and they'll show like from the pulpit up or something like that. The people who are in nudist colonies, it should be against the law. They always are the ones who have these, speaking of pot bellies, gross, horrendous, like me. Fat, flabby, loosey-goosey. I think that's what they're hoping for, is a little goosey out there, but just awful. And I agree with Rick Riley, there ought to be a law that if people are going to go out, show their bodies off, that we ought to be able to do the picking, okay? There ought to be a law, seriously, that people who have grotesque, which is most people, you let me pick the people who are showing their bodies, and believe me, you'll have something to look at. Trust me. Male, female, and in between. Anyway, it's 10:30 at WIOD. Let's start in West Palm Beach this morning. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm okay so far.
So, when you doing the game here at Miami, UM?
Here at UM? I thought you were in West Palm Beach.
No, I'm on Alton Road with Clarence Lott.
Oh.
We're doing the traffic.
I see.
So, Neil.
Yeah.
You're a douchebag.
Yeah.
I'm a douchebag.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Okay. Excellent call to get us really started officially. That's a little more like it. 10:31, we have an open line in Broward, 524, Donald Brainerd is God, and one in Palm Beach, 655, hit him again. Let's go to Kendall.
Neil, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Listen, in honor of Tom
This is the food guy? This isn't the food guy, is it?
No, I'll give you a break today.
Yeah, this is the food guy. Every day. It's all he calls the show about is about I'm eating again.
Well, but it's a lost cause. But anyway, in honor of...
Can I make a suggestion to you when it comes to how much I eat? No, seriously, can I make a little friendly suggestion?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Mind your own business.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
In honor of Tom Denenberg's birthday, can you play the tape or card on all the assholes of the world?
All the assholes of the world. What the hell card is? What is that?
It describes, people who are assholes.
Assholes on parade?
Yeah.
We just played it yesterday.
Well, it's his birthday today, though.
I already played his little personalized ditty, sir.
But it goes together.
I'd rather talk about how much I eat. Call me again tomorrow. 10:32 at WID. That guy's such a waste of time, you know? Sir, can't you get any material? Like an old floppy shirt or something? Put it on. Somebody is sure to come up to you and grab it, say, can that be felt? You only wish. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine, sir.
Oh, that's good. I was just...
Considering that I get paid to talk to morons for 4 hours every day, I'm doing pretty damn well. How's you like that?
Well, it sounds like you're doing a good job.
That's right, of talking to morons.
That's right. And, I heard you kvetching before about nobody was calling, and all the lines are open. So I just, put in the star IOD button, and
But you had in other words, you had nothing to say?
Basically just about the same thing everybody else has had to say, except I'm decent enough to tell you that I have.
Well, what do you
nothing
mean?
to say.
What do you mean? Basically, the same thing everybody else has had to say. What does that mean?
Well, because nobody else has said anything either. But
Then why should you be any different, right?
Exactly.
Excellent job, sir. Don't ever call the show again. 10:33 at WIOD. See, this is the mood I'm in today. I feel like we're really making some progress in the world. Making some real progress up there at Pompano Park. We got their attention, believe me, when including the 3 blind mice up there, who were apoplectic, I understand, through the grapevine. And it's about time somebody woke them up. Like I said, let's give the public... And also, I want to make a retraction. Vernon Downs, there was Viral Bowman. We call him Venereal, just, a little affectionate term. Viral Bowman, 2 races back-to-back. He wins last night, the first and the second. Jeff Gregory came through, nearly got show with an 80-1 shot in the third with the Galbraith's horse, drove him well. So Vernon Downs will make an exception. You can leave Jeff Gregory, Gary Gibson, and Viral Bowman, and the rest of them all go back on the bus, okay? Donald Brainerd to drive it for you. In fact, Donald will probably all hunched over that steering wheel and probably way off the curb. He'll be driving about 20 feet off the curb, but don't worry about it. He'll get there. Let's go to Coconut Creek. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing
Market's
this
down
morning?
25 points. Down 25 points. I'm doing great.
Good. How come you're so grouchy this morning?
I'm not grouchy at all. I feel great.
Really? You're telling me you've been hanging up on everybody?
I haven't been hanging up at all. I've let them say what they had to say, which has mostly been nothing, and we move along. We got a lot of calls here, sir. We got a lot of business to take care of.
Oh, I don't know. You just sound like you were so, ornery this morning.
Ornery? Not at all. Not yet. Could change at any moment.
I was just wondering if you had your breakfast or something. I was going to run
I don't
breakfast.
I don't eat
for you.
breakfast. I don't eat breakfast.
You wait for that lunch, huh?
I just have one meal. Starts at about noon, continues till midnight.
I was just going to call to tell you to cheer up a little bit.
I'm fine, sir.
Oh, you
I
hung
think
up on about
I think
4
you're
people.
I don't want to hang up on anybody. Oh, did I hang up on him? 10:35 at WIOD. We have an open line. What is that? In Broward, at 524 WIOD, we have a celebrity on the bat line.
Celebrity. Thanks, Neil. This is Alan Tabbs from the Greater Miami Symphonic Band.
Yeah, Alan, what the hell do you want?
Well, I wanted to call and tell you, I heard this morning that you were upset with me for not calling to tell you how our concert went at Bayfront Park Amphitheater.
Alan, that is the news is so old. The concert was a week ago Sunday.
You're right.
And I mentioned a couple of days later that all these events that we're plugging that all these people come out to, people bug us and beg for publicity, and we publicize the hell we get people to show out, and then it's like they're gone.
And you don't hear, but we did send you a thank you. We sent you a thank you fax.
Never got it.
You didn't get it?
I don't think so.
Well, we did send it to you because I did appreciate it, and I didn't want to take up your time on the air. But I do appreciate the fact that we did have a nice turnout there, and we did patriotic songs, and people stood up with their flags, and we probably had about 1,500 people.
Great.
And it was terrific.
Not too bad in this deadhead town. That's pretty good.
And we gave out the decals, the flag decals for IOD, and the people came up to the stage afterwards and did that, and it was terrific. It was a great time, and I appreciate it, and I owe a lot of it to you because
you bet your
really
sweet
pleasant.
bottom you do, Alan. Don't ever forget it.
No question about it, Neil.
Yep.
And I'm sorry that I didn't call you personally.
Hey, listen, don't suck around now, Alan, because I'm sure there'll be a next time. We're here to serve. That's
okay,
what
but
we're here for.
we did send you a fax, though, to thank you.
Well,
so I'm sorry if you didn't get it, but we did
like
send
Larry
it.
King would say, the check is in the mail.
That's true.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Alan. I'm
Neil.
glad you had a good turnout.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks
Goodbye.
for doing a good job, I guess. 10:37 at WIOD, and I want to tell you again, today being Wednesday, it is the last day to jump right on the Nutrisystem bandwagon at a price that you're never going to beat. This is the most incredible special that they have ever offered. We've talked about Nutrisystem for a long time, about all the people. Forget about Sonny Hirsch and about Bouncer Smith. We talk about those people all the time. The people that really count big time are the anonymous masses out there in our audience. Every time I do a remote, there are at least a few people that come up, sometimes a whole bunch of people, and they thank me for turning them on to Nutrisystem. People who are now slim, they're feeling better and looking better. They've lost jillions of pounds. We should have before and after pictures, so you know that it works. There's no question about that. And now you can get the best weight loss program at the best price, but today is the last day. Lose all the weight you can at Nutrisystem for only $69 for program services, and it doesn't make any difference if you have 10 pounds to lose, 40, 100, 8 million, whatever it is. Lose it all for just $69 for program services. But this is it. Today's the deadline, so get your fat derriere off that chair and call them right now. 1-800-344-THIN. 1-800-344-THIN, and stop being a gigantic Dave Gamer, will you please? And be sure and tell him that old neurotic nasty Neil at WIOD urged you to call Nutrisystem. Do it today.
I'm Ted Koppel, and this is Punchline. There's been a major breakthrough in the science of male contraception. ABC's Barbara Walters has more.
Ted, I'm here at the University of Louisville Laboratory with Dr. Richard Robinson, who's invented a new birth control pill for men. Doctor, what does this pill do?
Well, it's actually very simple, Barbara. A man puts it in his shoe, and it makes him limp.
Ted?
Tomorrow night, we cross a praying mantis with a termite and get an insect that says grace before it eats your house. I'm Ted Koppel, and this is Punchline.
Turn 'em on, turn 'em on, turn 'em on.
1041 at WID. Wouldn't you like to step on Ted Koppel? Make him limp. He's already wimp. Anyway, this Monday, February 25, that is this coming Monday, right? WIOD, the Miami Herald, and WFTL. Wow. In honoring the families of our troops overseas, Operation Homefront Night at the Golden Panther Arena, FIU University Park campus, Southwest 8th Street, 112th Avenue. The FIU Golden Panthers men's and women's basketball against University of Central Florida Knights. Women's game at 5:30, men's game at 8 p.m. There will be free flag decals from 610 WIOD. Look at Chuck Meyer with a suit on today. Wow! This must be signing day in Pittsburgh. Frank Tavares lives. And how about Omar the Tent Man? Get him in there, too. In fact, that looks like a little tent that Chuck... No, just a joke, Chuck. You're okay. Anyway, sign your name on a giant banner that will be sent to the Persian Gulf troops. Show your support for the families of South Florida's young men and women serving our country in the armed forces with the 2 ball games, men's and women's basketball games, at the FIU University Park campus, 5:30 at 8 p.m. this Monday, February 25. And in the Herald, I guess, they have these $2 coupons. The reduced rate for everybody in the family, and then the $2 will be presented as a donation to Dade County chapter of Operation Homefront. Okay? Okay. We're doing it. Let's go to Hollywood. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Neil.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, speaking of the Intracoastal, have you heard what's been seen there?
I'm listening.
Well, a couple of reports. This has been going on for about 2 hours. Supposedly some type of sea creature in the Intracoastal by...
Now, Debbie Ellis just came back from Nashville. She swam in.
Oh, no. It's out by Port Everglades. They said some kind of... The Coast Guard supposedly had the area blocked off from smaller boats. Some type of creature big as a whale but didn't have any fins.
Uh-huh.
And then they talked with...
Was it a little gamey? Was it gamey?
Was it what?
Gamey.
I don't know, but they talked with someone, I'm not kidding you, from the Department of Water Safety.
Sure, I believe you, of course.
Division of Marine Biology. And they said that these things have been sighted up and down the Intracoastal, very rare, but never this far south.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know what it is.
Probably Dom DeLuise swimming down from Burton John.
You think I'm kidding you?
No, I believe you. It sounds like a serious thing.
You just want to hear news, but this is about 2 hours old.
Maybe Elaine Etor didn't get to work
Yeah, I
there.
heard this on 2
Maybe it's the Loch Ness Monster.
Well, some type of mammal-type sea creature. Grayish in color, the size of a whale, but with no fins. Been sighted by a whole
Well, as
slew
soon
of
as you
people.
called, Chuck Meyer dropped his papers on the floor. He has rushed out the door. He's on his way to join it.
Anyways, this professor didn't know from the Division of Marine Biology. They've been sighted before. They're extremely rare, but they don't know what it is.
Okay. Maybe it's an intelligent creature. That'd be pretty rare.
You know, maybe if you have some scary music, you could put that on, huh?
Or not, as the case may be. Maybe we could play Jaws. Wouldn't that be great if we could find it?
Yeah, Jaws would be good.
Oh, jeez, Roger. Boy, it's right there in front of me when you least expect it.
Yeah. And they supposedly was sighted with a German Shepherd in its mouth.
Yeah.
but they don't know anything.
It wasn't Rin Tin
Some
Tin.
people, there's some conflicting reports.
It wasn't Rin Tin Tin, was it, sir? It had a cherry Coke can in its mouth.
No, it had a...
Maybe they're having a little birthday party over there. Let's send Denenberg over there and stick something in his mouth. Have a great day, sir. Oh, that's horrible. That's bad. You know who gets on my nerves? Roy Scheider. I mean, he's like typecast now. He was in those Jaws parts 1, 7, and 8, and I just, every time I see him, that's all I can think about is that role he played. Real dork. In fact, you're rooting for the shark, actually, when he comes on. 10:45 at WIOD, Miami. Hello.
Finally, you got to Miami.
Well, excuse us.
Okay.
Hey, listen, we had a busy report there, sir. It was very important.
Yeah. Listen, I'm angry about something, very angry.
Well, you sound like you're really apoplectic. What is it?
What the hell is going on here with this Club Body Center thing? Why is it that suddenly they're deciding to close this thing down after it's been open for I don't know how many years?
Yeah, why didn't they do it a long time ago?
Huh?
Why didn't they do it a long time ago?
I don't know. What do you mean by that?
Just what I said.
Well, I think that, Joe Gersten and the Miami Herald are going on a witch hunt, if you ask me.
Right. I think we ought to have a lot of clubs where people go and engage in unsafe sex and to transmit disease. I think that's a good idea, sir. 10:46 at WIOD. We have an open line in Dade County, 751-9463, 751-PARANOIA. And we'll be back after this important massage.
News Talk.
610 WIOD.
There's a painful fact about Neil Rogers you should know. That's a major cause of stiffness and swelling.
10:50 at WIOD. We have another chronic pest on the bat line again. What do you want?
I'm not trying to be a pest, Neil.
You are. Nobody has any idea who you are, what you're all about.
I beg to
They
differ.
never
By the
heard
way,
that crappy station you're on. They know nothing about you. They don't want to know about you.
They do, though. That's the difference.
No, they don't.
And then what I get from you, terminal, when I hang up, that hurts.
Another guy tried to just latch on to a popular radio show in the market because he's on She. Nobody listens to She. Nobody pays any attention to She. Nobody knows that the guy's on She, but he's okay.
Meanwhile,
What do you want, Paul?
inundated with calls about She and what went on this morning with this thing with the blowhole.
Well, the amazing part of it is we have been on for nearly an hour and we haven't had any calls about it. So the fact that you say that we're going to be inundated about it and you're the first one calling and you happen to do the morning show indicates that probably you're just trying to milk a little publicity. But that's okay, Paul.
Well, I don't want to.
You wouldn't be the
share
first
with
guy.
Neil, just because I listen to your show. Come on. Do I need the abuse?
Blowhole? What the hell is that?
That's what I'm trying. I figured if anyone knew what a blowhole was, you would. I get a call at 6:45 this morning from a guy who says he's an off-duty paramedic out on the 17th Street Causeway, and that there's a woman who's in hysterics because some mammal or whatever grabs a German Shepherd off the shoreline and is swimming down the Intracoastal towards Port Everglades with this thing in its mouth, and it's on its back. I agree completely.
But you mean, in other words, it's a true story?
That's what I got. And then
Get out of here. In other words, the guy that was just on before, this meathead that took about 5 minutes of the show, he was just repeating some crap. He must be stoned out of his mind that he heard on She this morning.
Well, I don't know if it's crap or what, but I got more than 25 calls in 15 minutes over
Wow!
It's amazing.
Woo!
And all I usually get is, can you play this? Can you play that? So this was,
You got 25 calls from what? From a bunch of acid heads saying what?
Yeah, exactly.
Saying that they saw Grace Slick on the oil slick?
It was Yoko. Then we got people saying that they were in boats.
No, seriously, the people listening to She, they think that the gigantic slick on the Persian Gulf is Grace Slick.
We know we all can't be IOD, Neil. We all can't make $300,000. But let's put it this way: there is a rock and roll crowd in this city.
$300,000. I don't work that cheap, pal.
All I know is, if you know what a blowhole is, please, can you pass it on? That's exactly
Have a
right.
nice life, Paul.
Keep in touch with yourself.
Okay. 10:52 at WIOD as the people at She desperately searching for an identity and a little free publicity. Hey, that's what we're here for. We've been doing that for years, giving publicity like the Motivation Station. Remember them? All these big new floor mats that fly into town one day and fly out. All I know is here we are 15 years later.
Neil wakes me up in the morning.
Still doing the same crap. 7 before 11 at WIOD, Coral Springs.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Who the hell is that guy? I
Who?
never heard of him.
Paul Castronova.
Never heard of him.
Neither did anybody else. Peter Arnett's on from Baghdad. He said he never heard of him.
So is this called... Now, how do you pronounce that columnist's name? Retchie? Ray Retchie?
Wretched.
Wretched. Okay, is he the same one that plays for the Penguins, too?
Yeah.
Okay, probably the same guy. There, but you got to see his call.
I think Ray Ritchie does play with Penguins, by the way.
He does. He makes
In
Penguins.
fact, that may have been him out there on the Intracoastal this morning with the German Shepherd.
I never know when Debbie. Anyway, it's a shame. I mean, I hate to say it, but he screwed it. You know, I agree with his calling, but I just hate the way he put it. And that if you put that in the same, if you look at the Metro section where there's about these couple waiters down at Yesterday's.
Yeah, which I happen to have right in front of me here. We have these two waiters.
Yeah.
And there's an order in force from the owner of Reggie Thomas, the owner of Yesterday's, Aruba Beach Cafe, the Fisherman, and the Banana Max in Jupiter, and the Wildflower in Boca Raton, and I think one up in Uranus.
No.
And he says no pins. They show the fact that's the same. I got one of those little pins, too, with a little yellow ribbon coming out. It's about like a half an inch across. You can barely see it. And they're starting a big stink again. February 14th, employees were told they must take it off, and their pins, too.
Well, see, I have to agree. You know, a business is a business. They can't. And what if there were something that had a little pin that says like...
Oh, sir, are you just trying to be an agent provocateur?
No,
is
but
that it?
Neil, what if something...
You don't agree at all. You're just saying that to try to be
As
provocative.
soon as I read the Seton Hall player stuff in the sports page last week, that was uncalled for there. Then to see this, I mean, every time some Tom, Dick, or Harry wants to wear his pin at work, it's going to come up. Now, what if someone wanted to wear like an abortion or anti-abortion pin? Now, what if they can't wear that stuff to work too? Every political, it could be every little tiny thing goes down the road here they want to wear a pin for. And a business is a business. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it, I guess.
Neil wakes me up with a smile. Drinking my coffee.
See, he wanted an argument, and I wouldn't give it to him. They get pretty upset when you won't give it to them. I know how that is. By the way, take a shave, Dominic, will you? You're starting to get looking pretty schmutzy.
With a darling Neil, with Zeta 4 on my dial. Oh, really?
Neil, it's sweet.
Can I just make a little radio observation? If there were as many people listening to Zeta 4 as there are people driving around town with Zeta 4 stickers on their vehicles, they'd have some numbers. Do you think that some of those stickers are still there from back in the good old days? Could be. Because when we used to do remotes, people used to show up, and now I understand they do remote, like 3 people show up, one's an engineer. There's his new kid. Oh, I wanted to say get well to some people. Everybody we know is, Spencer had a heart attack, believe it or not. Spencer's in the hospital. Get well soon, because it's Wednesday and our cars are getting schmutzy. Phil Saltzman went 4th operation, I understand. They had a little problem in there, underwent a 4th operation. Get well soon, Phil S. Joe Hartman, Director of Communications and General Troubleshooter at Pompano Park, had an appendicitis thing a couple of nights ago. His appendix burst. And he's in the hospital. We wish him speedy recovery. Everybody is sick. Look at Henry. Man, yeah, Mr. Muscle. Only Henry's muscle he sits on all day. That's the only problem. He's been building it up through great exercise for men. No, not that one. Oh, do that one more time, Henry.
No, I can't. I really can't.
Anyway, it's 10:57 at WIOD. He only wishes. Henry at least has got a good memory, I'll say that. For a guy who's been bombed for like 20 years, he at least has a good memory. And speaking of memories, ladies and gentlemen, here he is.
I'm shaving my head. Anyway.
What?
You know, I never realized Debbie Ellis had such an affection for German Shepherds, but...
How did you like that guy who was just on who thought he was going to get a big argument about the pin and a thing? I think he was sitting on his pin.
You've had quite a few sphincters on today.
Hey, I love it. This is the meat and potatoes of the whole world you're hearing right here.
Let me tell you what, the day I left, 36 below zero.
By the way, somebody dropped off in Broward as soon as Paul Harvey Jr. came on, and also the Star Line, Star IOD. And believe me, if the Star Line calls in, we'll interrupt him in the middle of his call. Now, what is it? Back from Chicago.
Oh, it was horrible, weather-wise.
Great town, but the weather you wouldn't wish on Saddam Hussein.
Sucks. Went over to Wrigley Field, hung out at the bars over there, went to Murphy's Bleachers. Did you see the little the little tracks we left in the wall there? Just for you, Paul. Oh, that was for you. That was from you.
Yeah.
Huh? Quite a track.
Mm-hmm.
But the nightlife, there's so much to do up there. It's incredible. It makes me realize how little we've got down here as far as that goes.
Yeah, you're right.
The restaurants, I ate at some of the
Chicago is the greatest city in the world.
as far as restaurants and nightlife.
Restaurants, nightlife, the people are great, sports. I mean, it's got all the weather is crap. See, nothing is perfect, and Chicago is living proof of it.
I got to tell you about the people, though. I disagree. The blue-collar people are excellent. The yuppies out there are the biggest bunch of snobs. Everybody's important. You know, everybody's got that attitude. That's the one thing I didn't like. But the blue-collar around Wrigley area and all up in there, it's great. The people are excellent. But you go downtown...
Well, we go to Chicago every year. We don't hang out with the snobs. We hang out with the blue-collar, roll-up-your-sleeves, bud men and cub ladies and whatever else they are. Now, you're going to hold on a second, can't you?
I'll hold on, sure.
No, I can't. I really can't. Okay, hold on. Because I'm sure he's got a lot to say, and I know that everybody else will hang up when they know he's coming back first after the news. We do have an open line in Palm Beach County, 655. Paul Harvey's a douchebag. 65 Junior, that is. Don't want to get those old people in Lake Worth upset. We're talking about Paul Harvey Jr. Don't go calling up Paul Harvey in Chicago. Said Neil Rogers said Paul. See, there's another line. Dave just dropped off. Don't you feel guilty? Yeah, I'll bet you do. As soon as they know he's going to be back on for more than 30 seconds, man, they're switching over to Wins or something. But we have the news ourselves here, of course, ladies and gentlemen. We have a man who is a legend in the broadcast news industry, a man who's been doing news so long you can't even remember the first newscast he did on this station.
No, I can't. I really can't.
As a matter of fact, in his condition, he can't remember the last newscast he did either. Anyway, Henry Barrow with the 11 o'clock news, Rick and Suds and their potbelly pigs at 2, Jim and Joe on Sports Talk, and Hank Goldberg, a mystery guest, 8 to 11 tonight.
Hour here has really generated incredible excitement. The fever pitch is just building out there, man. They're bubbling.
They are?
Bubbling.
Are you sure?
Boca 278 WIOD. Well, we don't want to talk too loud, you know. We don't want to wake them up. So what's the verdict on lunch? You think we're getting any lunch? No? What does that mean, no? I mean, here's a guy sitting in there who's been fed more free food in the last 7 months than Carter's got pills, and he has no confidence in us, okay? Somebody will do something. I mean, I don't want to press Mr. Arnold down there because they're such wonderful people, and they brought us enough of those Castle burgers to choke the whole barn area at Calder. I was going to say to choke a horse, but a whole bunch of horses.
Wow.
But I'm just in the mood for that today. I don't know. Oh, he's not in today? Well, I guess so. That takes care of that. I guess we're out to lunch on that, so to speak. Just a little play on words there. So I guess we're not getting fed today. That's all right.
Yeah.
We'll survive. Huh?
That's right.
We will?
Yeah, well, I will.
Well, see, I would have been all right, but then I saw the picture of that meatloaf. Oh, man, does that look good.
Yeah, see, that's what did it.
No, I'm serious. Because meatloaf is the kind of thing I like once in a while. It's a real Goyish kind of a thing, but I like it once in a great while if it's spicy and if it's got something neat on it. You know what I mean? Like if it's not pedestrian.
No, it has to be. Yeah.
And that had that Mexican cheese on it. Oh, man, did that look good. I'm trying to find the hell with this Rob Lowe crap, okay? See, he's one of those people, you really don't care. I'm sure that there are a lot of people in the audience who care because they live these vicarious lives and get all excited about people that they're never going to meet and never going to see. You, of course, on the other hand, having been a very, very famous movie critic, used to rub elbows with all of these people. Nothing else but elbows.
That's correct.
Which is why, of course, he hasn't washed his elbows in many years.
Correct.
He once rubbed elbows with A.J. Dewey at the SNS cafeteria.
Several times.
West Palm Beach, hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Great.
I just figured I might as well tell you that I wanted to start by saying that I'm not really from West Palm Beach. My girlfriend lives up here, so...
Okay, we won't blame it on you, pal.
Okay, thanks. Just so I can be cleared of this city, because I've been hanging out here for the past couple hours, and it's just a nightmare town.
Yeah, even just being there a couple hours is enough to turn your life upside down.
You're not kidding. That's why I'm gonna end off the Rob Lowe hour with a very special report for you. How much did you say that the video was going for?
$500 to $1,000.
Okay, I have the video.
You do?
If anybody over there wants it. I have, like, the complete... Well, actually, it's not complete. It's about 20 minutes. I got about 20 minutes of the video. And let me tell you something. If you take a look at this video, like, anyone who sees it will have to be convinced that Rob Lowe is going to get off because, well...
Well, wait a minute. That's a play on words, I think.
I know, as if he has...
I think that was the idea, wasn't it?
Basically. No, but you have to see it because there is no way that this 16-year-old girl was this nice and modest and little innocent girl who got seduced by Rob Lowe. Some of the things that she says to him in the video are well... Shocking. Absolutely.
Well, how are we going to get this? In other words, you're going to sell it to us?
No, I'll, do you want it? Do you really want the video? I'll bring it by. I really...
Oh, my God, that would be incredible.
I have no qualms.
Now, don't give it to Kane, okay? I want this, because if Kane gets it, I'm going to be upset. He's probably got his own already, but I want it.
Okay.
Just, of course, only for scholastic purposes, okay? Just so we can study it for on-the-air discussion.
Here in the office.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can't.
In fact, we can probably all get together in Disney's office and watch it on his VCR in there with the TV on. Just, strictly journalistic.
Yeah, that's the reason why I got it. My father's a journalist.
Yeah.
I sort of, I guess I swiped it. Is the good word?
Fabulous. Well, we'll look forward to it. When are you going to bring it by?
Well, let's see. Like I said, I'm in Palm Beach. It's Nightmare Town. If I can get down there today, I will definitely drop it off today. If not, I promise you'll have it before Kane does.
Great. Thanks a million.
Okay, take it easy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I mean, it's not like we're in competition with Steve on that, but I just don't want anybody else in the building get their grubby hands on it. Now, listen to this. There's a word in here which is amazing. It says, the Inquirer has obtained a portion of the video which shows Lowe performing shocking acts with a female while another man looks on.
Really?
Now, I don't understand.
Interesting choice
Performing
of words.
shocking acts with a female.
Interesting choice of words.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
Shocking acts.
Yeah.
In other words, not just... Because the Inquirer, it would take a lot to shock
Yeah,
them,
me
okay?
too. It takes
I
a
mean,
lot
when you
to
read
shock
about
me.
the 8-year-old boy that's had his second baby on the other page, you'd think it would take quite a bit to shock these people in Lantana. But it says it shows Lowe performing shocking acts with a female while another man looks on.
Huh.
Boy, it just sounds a little bit bizarre, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you see, actually what happened, it was the pressure of that Dukakis campaign. That's what, when he was out there on that train with Michael Dukakis and waving and smiling and really believing that something was going to happen, and then his bubble burst and he's just never been the same. He's going through Dukakis withdrawal.
I see.
Anyway, we have an open line in Broward and one in Palm Beach for the big 11 o'clock hour. We're evidently not going to eat today, so it turns into a real bummer again, doesn't it? I thought it was going to be a great day. I never learned my lesson, do I? Anyway, Henry Barrows got the 11 o'clock WIOD news. We're going to come back at 11:05. And Steve this afternoon, boy, do I have to promo this.
No.
Fired conservative Cuban radio commentator and famed anti-Semite Felipe Rivero will be on the Kane Show from 2 to 6 this afternoon. In fact, we don't know who the other guy was who came in and watched all of this, okay, who observed.
That's right.
So just keep an open mind on that. So anyway, the guy from, well, he's not from West Palm. If I say that, it'll change his mind. The guy who was like a captive up in West Palm with his girlfriend.
Visiting.
Is bringing that tape. 20 minutes of it. I think that should be enough. Shouldn't it?
Oh, I think about double.
Yeah. See, I'm reading that, and I know they use that word just to titillate their readers, okay? It shows Lowe performing shocking acts with a female while another man looks on. I just don't understand that. What does that mean? Like, is he burning cigarette holes into her flesh? Or, I don't, maybe I'm just too jaded over the years. I don't know what sex acts could be shocking. Do you?
I can't think of it.
No. But I'm sure if anybody could, Rob can. Okay? Maybe too many movies with Andrew McCarthy. Is that possible? That could do it to you. It's 21 past 11 at WIOD. But once we have the evidence, in fact, what we could do, we could steal Disney's VCR. We could bring it in here and hook it up to little TV, and we could screen it on the air and watch it together. And, of course, we'd have to be very careful about what we do, how we do a play-by-play.
Boy, Gary has one in his office, too.
Oh, but better yet, we wouldn't want to steal Disney's because he gets real uptight.
Boy, Gary has one.
Steal Boy Gary's because he's never here anyway. Like one day when they're out playing golf, like
today.
Any day the next, like today, yeah. Can you believe it? These douchebags, they take off a 3.5 day. They all leave like midday on Friday, get out as early as they can. They got 3 stinking solid days while we're sitting here sweating our brains out with no AC. And then they come back for one day, and now today they got their golf clothes on like they're going out to play golf all day, okay? Wow. Well, probably a lot of power meetings yesterday, power breakfast. Oh, man, I'm telling you, it's pathetic. And to think that these people, like, control our destiny. They control our lives,
Yes, they do.
I think Boom Boom is radio incarnate, don't you? He's like the definitive radio beat-up douchebag.
Yeah, he is.
Don't knock Boom Boom, okay? He's okay. He didn't always used to be that way. It's 22 past 11 at WIOD, Toyota of Hollywood. We're going to be back there, Steve and I. In fact, I'll tell you what, we're going to be there on the 24th of June. That's this week's the 3rd, so it's like 3 weeks from Saturday, right? On June 24th at Toyota of Hollywood, where we are every 5, 6, 7 weeks we go back, and you're going to be there too this time, whether they know it or not. You're going to be a part of that. Oh, yes. And anyway, they're going to have those great deals on. In fact, we got some surprises coming up, which we can't tell you about yet, but we're going to have all kinds of great prizes to give away. I mean, some really we're not going to be selling Neil Rogers T-shirts anymore. We're going to be giving some really good stuff away, and hope to really get a big crowd out there. And in addition, people can bring their cut-up cards to Steve, and then they can come over to me, and I'll paste them together for them, okay? How does that sound?
Well, that's
anyway,
great.
now is the time to buy. Don't have to wait till the 24th because the dog days of summer are really here. I mean, everybody's in the doldrums and people are just not buying cars. And as a result, they are slashing humongous amounts off the prices on a great selection of beautiful 89 Toyotas that you already know by now, I hope, that they've got waiting for you over there. So if you've been shopping around or thinking about a Camry for the family or a Toyota Supra, or an MR2 for a little sports car, whichever the Toyotas you want, or a Toyota pickup truck, which is rated, by the way, #1 in the country by Motor Trend magazine. Now is the time to buy. Great factory rebates, tremendous deals, and of course the same nice, knowledgeable salespeople that you always do business with at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Taft and Sherwood.